All right, I want to address the topic about the $75 trading class because people have been emailing and asking whether or not it's legit or it's real or it's a joke, right? I totally understand people thinking maybe it's too cheap. It could be a joke. Now, there's always going to be people out there who are not going to be happy with whatever you do, right? In terms of what we offer and everything, we could price it as $6,000, and people will think that's too extravagant, it's too expensive for a class. So really, there's going to be no price point until it's free. That's basically what it is. That this is the kind of the nature of how most people operate, right? So and it's always kind of funny because we watch videos and we watch people's podcasts or listen to people's podcasts making fun of other people who are selling classes and thinking, well, if that guy's selling classes, he probably isn't a good trader, right? So no matter what happens, right? He's always been the operating um, ethos, if you like, of equities is that we will always do what we can to make the people who like us happy, right? We can't make everybody happy. That's a fact of life. But there are always still people out there who do definitely love us and who find what we do very useful, right? And those are the kinds of people that we are trying to get, rather than those people who are always skeptical, thinking that we're in it for whatever. So that's why we have the $75 class, right? At the very least, if you think it's a joke, it's $75. You're not going to lose much. And if you think it's really good, then you paid peanuts to get quality trader education, right? So I think nobody ever cried about losing $75. I'm sure if you're one of those guys who lost a lot of money in the last, I don't know, few months with this market, you're probably thinking, well, $75 is better compared to all the thousands of dollars that I lost trading the stock market, right? So it's really, I'm not here trying to sell this or anything. It's more so just trying to clarify that we came to this price point thinking that, well, at the end of the day, we want to give people a sense of affordability without thinking that we're charging an arm and a leg for trader education. It at least tries to satisfy all the skeptics out there when they're thinking that it's too expensive. So now it's cheap. They're like, well, it's $75. I'm not going to lose anything. And for those people who are really, really looking for cheap deals, and it goes through that, right? Um, we always get two kinds of people who come into equity sense. The one guy who's really, really believe in what we do, who really believes in what we do, and is willing to do what he needs to do to get to get trader education. Those guys are pretty simple. They ask us what our courses are, we explain to them, and then boom, we set it up. And there are the other guys who are like, well, I've taken this class before from some other guy, or I've seen so many horror stories from other people who bought classes and the guy was a scammer, blah 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 blah, right? So it's always the latter that always needs some sort of convincing, I suppose, or calming down. So this in itself, right? I'm not even talking about the one you see on the right side, 3,000 there. And that's not what we're talking about here. I'm talking about trading class. It's really up to you whether or not this is something that you find useful. It's really up to you. There's a lot of people out there who offer classes. There's Online Trading Academy, there's SMB Capital, there's Amplify. So many people. So you can take your pick as to who you feel is most legit and most credible, right? Um, so far, since we launched a $75 class, we've had over 100 people get this, which is fair. I mean, it's $75, so people are happy with that. We're not aiming for volume or anything. This is just basically we're thinking, well, a people are cheap. B people just can't sometimes be bothered to sit down for an hour to learn something. So this is a very quick one. Gives you enough to be able to navigate these markets, and it'll definitely be better than your trial and error. That's for sure. Okay, so I'm not trying to be smug in this video. I'm trying to just clarify, maybe illuminate some of the things that people are kind of hung up on. And yeah, at the end of the day, you are the only one who can decide whether or not you think it's worth to pay $75 for a trading class. If it's not, move on, find something else that you feel comfortable with. If you think so, then go ahead, right? $75. It's less than a meal on Valentine's Day. All right. So take care, guys. Have a wonderful day, and have fun trading.